Hi there, it's Grandma, and it's story time. And today I've got a special story because there's going to be a trip to Bermuda pretty soon. And this story is about a tree frog in Bermuda. It's called Tiny the Tree Frog Tours Bermuda. And I think you all know what a tree frog is. And the tree frogs are not native to Bermuda, but they're there, and now they've become a staple in Bermuda. And it's the tree frogs in the trees or in the gardens, and they're talking to each other, but they're only at night. They talk at night, and it says it would not be a true Bermuda night without that distinctive sound of the tree frogs. So this tree frog has decided to stay awake and tour Bermuda. Tiny the Tree Frog decided one day to discover Bermuda in his own special way. Plucking his courage and stifling a yawn, Tiny let his playmates snooze quietly on. A horse and a buggy came up alongside. He took a lolloping leap and hopped on for a ride. It's a good way to tour the island. They have horse and buggy rides. The very first stop was an ancient stone fort with dungeons, no dragons, and an old ship in port. That's Fort St. Catherine's, and you might see that as we approach Bermuda. While next came a church from ages ago, steps far too steep for Tiny's tiptoe. The perfume factory was part of the tour. Tiny left smelling like Lily du Jour. And there's a perfume factory on Bermuda that you can go and buy perfume. Dark fairyland caves were thrilling and cool. A crystal cathedral reflects in the pool. Tiny stretched out on a small pink beach, just a weeny bit homesick for his mates out of reach. Eyelids were drooping. Of course, it was day, but he staunchly continued his adventurous way. The coral pieces wash up on the sand and make it look pink. Angling for turtles in Blue Devil's Hole, 'twas the kindest of fishing with no hook and no pole. He heard ducks quacking in the aquarium nearby, the loud laugh of monkeys and peacock's shrill cry. Botanical gardens had flowers to show. The weirdest, most wonderful plants can grow. Hungry, he lingered in town to have lunch and relaxed in the bird cage to munch, munch, munch. The bird cage is in the city, and that's where the police stand to direct traffic. Off to the lighthouse the same afternoon. Tiny soon would be climbing right up to the moon. The smallest drawbridge in the world came next, but the ride was so bumpy that Tiny was vexed. It's a tiny drawbridge, and only that little part opens to allow the mast of a sailboat to go through. Finally reaching the crafts at Dockyard, He was seat-sore and weary. Oh, touring was hard. At long last he found the Museum of Ships, and the end of his journey put a smile on his lips. He gazed lonely and glum from the pirate's black hat till the sun had descended and night fell as he sat. Then peeping and piping and whistling with joy came trillions of tree frogs, all seeking our boy. They clapped and clamored their hero to tell of his traveling tales, and begged him as well to hear how Tiny had spent the whole day touring the island in his own special way. And Tiny is wearing the traditional garb of Bermuda, which is shorts and knee-high socks. All right, so now you know some of the things that are on the island of Bermuda. And I hope we have a great time touring Bermuda like Tiny the Tree Frog. Grandma loves you.